Welcome to the show. Thanks for stopping by. We certainly get into it this week. We got E3 right around the corner. Microsoft conference just happened.
It did.
We were excited. We talk about that. We get into the Battle Royale mode.
Holy shit.
Woo!
It's some good stuff in there. We get into the semifinals for the fucking Throwdown Hero God Champion King Dick.
Woo.
Crown Championship. We get into that. We also dive a little bit, if you can believe it or not, we talk about AI this week.
Artificial intelligence.
We love it. We're big fans.
Totally.
We're totally on Team AI.
Yeah, AI is so cool and just so good. So, thanks for checking us out. Fuck.
Episode 16.
I think
for
so.
checking us out. Fuck.
We've reached a conclusion on the podcast.
Yep, we got the first story coming out here.
First story.
It's not me.
No, it's not. It's definitely me.
It's Ryan. He's going to
Itching.
he's going to talk about something. What do we got there, Ryan?
As you guys know, this week is E3 week. A lot of exciting announcements came out today.
For those of you that don't know what E3 is, E3 is a big launch of video games and what we're going to expect upon the coming years.
Yes.
Years.
Do you guys remember what E3 stands for?
Electronic
3.
Entertainment
Expo.
Yeah. Okay. Anyways, stop explaining that. A lot of exciting things were announced today. Today, Halo Infinity was announced, so
Okay.
the next Halo game.
How
It
do
was right out of the gate. That was the first thing that was shown at
Really?
the Microsoft thing, which was pretty cool. It just looked like an open world something, and then like it just showed like Master Chief's helmet, and I'm like, this game's gonna come out in 3 years. This will be exciting.
Oh no.
They had no
So
release
they had
date, no
nothing.
gameplay. It was just a cinematic
teaser.
trailer. Yeah. So it was a
Well,
teaser.
that kind of sucks because, I mean, I guess it kind of doesn't. I'd rather have them take
Yeah.
their time with it, but I was kind of hoping Microsoft likes to do that shit where they'll show something and just been like, it's available right fucking now. Go download it.
Yeah.
So yeah, that sounds like it's quite a ways
Yeah.
away if they just showed a little teaser.
Yeah, there was quite a bit, as you can see. Like, this is my list of games. Ones that really stood out to me was Rob mentioned it before the thing. Battletoads coming back randomly.
Battletoads.
Yeah. So Battletoads is coming back. They didn't really show anything
Didn't
about
see
it.
anything.
It was just the name, basically like how Metroid Prime was teased last year at the Nintendo one. And
I hope it's like a 2D
I think it will be.
instead of like some silly shit.
Yeah.
Because it did actually say 4K.
I hope it's
2.5D.
3D RPG.
It said 4K 2.5D. So
It's not gonna be an RPG.
It's like Paper
Oh, it
Mario.
should be.
kinda. So that's interesting.
Yeah, so we got the Division 2 also.
Can
if
you
guys liked
imagine?
Division.
Let's just back up for just a second.
No.
Can you imagine like an RPG Frogger? I'm just saying.
No,
Nobody's
well,
asking
if
for
Brian-
this except Brian.
I can't even imagine it.
Oh, you don't have a big enough imagination.
Just set a dumpster on fire and then you can imagine.
The Division 2, that's interesting. I really like the beginning of Division 1. There's a lot of very recent videos saying if you didn't, they fixed all the shit that kind of was reason it kind of flopped because they overpromised and underdelivered, and everyone
for
was
sure.
kind of pissed off at it. And now like what it is today was kind of like what they wanted it to be when it originally came out. So everyone's saying like revisit the Division. It's a whole new game and it's awesome. Kind of glad to see the Division 2 coming out. It looked pretty sweet. Looked like it was a lot of the same. I did see a little bit of it.
Demo of it as well.
Some like more jungle action rather than all city, which looked pretty sweet. Been a big fan. I feel like I'm the only one. I didn't really have any friends playing it.
Yeah, I never really played it.
I thought you were gonna stop that right there. I just didn't have any friends. I never played Division.
No.
It
I heard
is-
good
Now with
things.
2
It's
coming out, I
out
might as well just
on Game
play
Pass
2.
right now. It's released today on Game Pass.
Okay, cool.
yeah,
So
yeah.
I'll play Division today.
Same with Fallout 4 is also on Game Pass right now
Yep.
Nice.
today, and then also
Elder Scrolls Tamriel Online.
so online.
Ooh,
So if you guys
awesome.
want to give that a go, for
Fucking
sure.
Sweet.
Yeah.
I lost quite a bit of hours to to ESO.
Yeah.
Yeah, those 3 released today on Game Pass.
Yeah, obviously the DLC didn't come with it like Somerset, so obviously they're doing that to be like,
could probably
Get
buy
the
Somerset.
DLC. And I'm pretty sure
Did
that
the-
game
did the
takes
first-
a monthly fee. That game.
ESO?
No,
Yeah,
it used
I don't
to.
think so.
Okay.
It like I think that was the initial promise before it came out,
Oh,
and like
okay,
they did
okay.
the demo, tech demos or alphas, betas, and then after that they're like, it's just a game,
Yeah.
buy it.
Um,
Microtransactions up the ass.
do you know if Morrowind comes with the Game Pass?
I doubt it.
first
No,
expansion?
it's
Okay.
probably just the base game.
Yeah, I'm sure it is. That's kind of the
Yeah.
idea. It's just like
Which that's cool too.
Yeah.
Because I can get down with some
Other
ESO.
big announcements that were announced was Devil May Cry 5. If you guys are a Devil May Cry fan,
I'm not.
I enjoyed the series. I've never been like a huge proponent of it, but Devil May Cry 4 was entertaining. I wouldn't say it was a great game, but
I played a
me
little bit
entertained.
of that, and that was about it.
I think
I had a fun time.
Yeah.
They didn't have anything wrong with it. I seen some shots of the new one. Looked really pretty
Yeah.
and sharp. So I'm kind of excited to see what comes of that. I was always jealous of the Devil May Cry series on PlayStation.
yeah.
Finally came over to Xbox.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Tried to play a little bit, liked it, but didn't really capture me. So
Yeah.
we'll see what happens there.
What about you guys? Have you ever played the
Eh.
series?
Never played it. Not a big fan.
I
The
played
idea.
one of them. I don't remember which one it was, but I know that it never stuck.
Never.
Yeah. But it looks super pretty
Awesome
now.
character in Marvel vs. Capcom, Dante.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
And that one was really great. Gears of War 5 was announced. So if
Really?
you're a Gears fan, the way they did it, oh my god, it was hilarious because like the guy came out on stage and like they showed like a video, and it like showed the Gears symbol. Everybody freaked because most people thought Gears was coming, and then like it like something knocked down that like wall, and then like a Funko Pop popped over, and we're like, what the hell? And then like it was like mobile game, and there was gonna be a Funko Gears of War game that's mobile, and that was like the first announcement, and I was just like,
Everyone was like,
people are gonna be pissed. And then like after that, they're like, oh, we also have this tactical game coming to PC, and like it would look like a Halo Wars like RTS style
boy.
game, and I was just like, oh, that's all. And then he's like, we got Halo or Gears of War 5 coming, and then he like showed that, and then everybody's like, oh my god, finally. So they announced
game
that.
looks,
Looks good, really good.
started playing through 4. I can't remember which ones I played through, but
Isn't
there's never really like incredible games, but they were never bad games either. Like they've
I
always
love the
been really solid.
I love the first 3. I know like you haven't probably played the 360 much, being Sony, Brian,
I've
but
never played the 360.
no, never even like seen somebody play.
I don't.
Gears of War?
I don't watch trash.
Oh.
I'm just kidding. I watch PUBG all the time.
So that's a lot of these I was watching, and I was just like, I was really kind of underwhelmed.
I was kind of underwhelmed. I was surprised by a lot of games that I didn't think I would be. Like the new Forza Horizon 4, ridiculously good. Like the weather changing
really
elements,
good.
and then
I
it's
saw
like
that.
Forza always looks fantastic.
Yeah.
Well, it has the crew
Forza
elements
never, ever
where
looks
like you can
bad.
play with like all of us could be playing and like meet each other at the same time. It has the Frostbite engine from DICE, so like you can break down like walls and stuff, and like
That's
looks
cool.
gorgeous.
That's pretty cool.
That's probably what.
Do you guys
surprised
have
me
3?
the most. I think I have 3 because it was a Games with Gold. I think.
No.
No,
Two.
maybe it was
The
2.
ability
Okay.
to
Games with
have,
gold.
have 3.
You have 3?
Yeah, I game share with somebody who's got 3.
Oh, gotcha.
I have 3. It's fucking
Horizon?
pretty. Yeah.
Yeah.
Looks really good.
Yeah.
Really fun game.
I like the ability to upgrade your cars and
It looks
Excited for
swap
4.
them out.
It looks like their biggest IP though. That was at the very end of the conference. Like Phil Spencer came out and he's just like, "Oh, Xbox, we're doing this and that," and you thought it was gonna close out, and then it did like a weird hacking thing, and then it went into their last one, and it was called Cyberpunk 2077. It was made by the same guys that made Witcher 3. It looks like a futuristic, like cyber. It kind of looks like Detroit Human meets like just punk. Like I guess Sunset Overwatch meets.
Brian.
Yeah, Brian.
Interesting.
Yeah,
Uh,
futurist. I don't know. It's
Probably what I
super
wanted
hard
the
to explain,
Technomancer to be, because I had.
But
really
yeah,
high
Detroit
hopes for
Detroit
that
Human
game.
meets that. So yeah, that's the one.
that was their big one though, huh?
That's what it seemed
Well,
like. At the
they
very
also
end, yeah.
announced like they acquired like 5 studios.
Yeah, they acquired the company that does the
Damn.
Horizon.
Yep.
They also acquired. I can't remember the other 4, but they were
They
pretty
just started.
big.
They just started fucking being like, we
Yeah.
bought all these companies. It
I
was,
thought they
I
were
was
going to
just
say
like,
they bought
damn.
Bluehole. Like,
I was waiting for that to happen. I was literally
Oh, for
like,
sure.
it's coming, it's coming.
I don't think
thought they were
anybody's
gonna
gonna
say
buy it now. I think it's already. It's like the fruit is already rotten. People are just like, nah, we're not touching it.
I think you're right because like I think a lot of people know they're just like there's so many good games on the horizon that are going to have like a particular feature.
Yeah, exactly.
So I think they know their days are probably numbered, and that's probably why they haven't invested a fucking fuck ton of money into it.
For sure. Yeah, I'm gonna power through some of these real quick.
I thought you were skipping all over the place.
Oh no,
Drive me nuts.
I'm basically gonna just list a bunch because I could do this for 40 minutes because it was quite a bit.
Real quick,
sure.
Xbox bought Undead Labs,
Okay.
which is like State of Decay.
Yeah, State of Decay. Okay.
They bought Ninja Theory, which
is fucking nuts.
Heavenly Sword, DMC, Hellblade.
Ninja Gaiden's right.
I thought there was a Ninja Gaiden game at the.
Compulsion Games, which is
really
Far
wanna
Cry.
see another one of those.
Yeah.
And Arc. What was it? Never mind. Anyways, and the Initiative, who is essentially
A new one.
A new one.
Yeah.
Cool. Anyways,
They
Shoot through
brought
it.
like a bunch of fucking top devs from a bunch of different places
Yeah.
and made the Initiative. So
Initiative, yeah.
that's pretty cool, and that's pretty big because they, that's their big thing is like they don't have a lot of exclusives, and obviously they just acquired a lot of companies that
Yeah.
will be able to give them a lot of exclusives.
Yeah.
Just Cause 4, saw that, looks fucking good.
Yeah, Just Cause 4 was another big announcement.
I will be
Obviously,
checking
that's,
that out.
I will
Yeah.
be getting that for sure.
Looks
Like
pretty
that's, I think that's a super underrated.
That needs multiplayer.
is it multiplayer?
Yeah.
It needs it. I didn't
It's
see anything about it, but it really needs it.
Yeah, that,
Like it's really cool how it'll kind of tell you like your friend's stats and stuff, and like you beat
Yes.
them, but like it really needs to be
Truly
a
Same
multiplayer.
with,
element.
Give me
Assassin's-
Far Cry 5 level. and I'm
Assassin's
fine
Creed
with that.
Origins, I feel the same way about it. Like if you could just have
Yeah,
that
all
same.
Assassin's Creed games,
That's true. Yeah.
and just like if you could just have
All
a buddy
games.
there. Someone said that. Someone, maybe it was like Ubisoft was just like single player games. They're fucking done. Like people just want multiplayer. And I think
I
there's a
agree.
certain truth to
It's
that.
not.
Yeah.
It's not even that the single player game is done. We just want the single. We still want the single player campaign, but we want our friends to be able to jump in and jump out and play with us.
Right.
Yeah, I think that's probably true.
Because the experience of the actual story of playing through a game is something that like I really miss. As a kid, that's what everybody played. On like Nintendo 64,
Yeah.
playing Donkey Kong, Mario, and
Skyrim 4-player co-op.
oh my
Be a
god,
blast.
Come on. You would-
Jesus.
talk about that. I mean, people would never stop playing it at that point. I know they got like PC, you can get multiplayer mods and stuff, and that looks sweet. But like, if they're just native supported,
And Tamriel Online is just not the same thing.
it's not.
No
matter what, it's
Dude,
not.
No,
Wow,
it's
they
a different
spent so
game
much money.
entirely. It's in the same universe, sure, but it's nowhere close. If I can't pick up a cup, it's a different game.
right.
Just store a bunch of cups in a random drawer. A few other ones go through this list. Sea of Thieves announced a few expansions. Nobody really cares about that.
Nothing to do in that dumb
We
game.
Happy View
Not even a
Few
pirate.
is
Again,
coming out finally.
Finally, again, that was like I was just kind of like I was watching them when they were talking about that too, and I'm just like, this game's been out
I
in
know.
preview for 2 years.
Same thing with
They
Crackdown
announced
3.
it three years ago. Like
Crackdown
why
3
are
has
you even
been at
showing me
every
this?
E3
And
showing.
did they show that? Because I didn't
Yeah,
see.
Crackdown 3
okay.
was, and it's announced finally for
No.
February, and then it'll get delayed for another 5 years.
Oh my god, I cannot believe that. That was like an original like.
I never played the Crackdown series, but I'm just tired
It
of
is
seeing the 3.
so fucking good.
Yeah.
So good. A favorite for sure. I've been waiting for this game for a really long time.
That was the one that had like fully destructible environment, right?
The new one is supposed
Crackdown.
to.
Yeah,
And
yeah,
I think
yeah.
that's why, from what I was reading a while ago, they scrapped the fully destructible part of it, and then people were like, "Well, then fuck off." People were really upset about it, and then it sounds like they're like, "Well, it sounds like we got to do that." So they know they've just been
That was like
working
the
on it.
whole appeal to the
They
game.
said, they
'cause
said it was going to run with the world takes the power of 10 Xbox One X's to run, and it runs in the cloud. And like I guess they're having some struggles with that cloud gaming. Not quite ready yet. How'd it look?
It looked good. I think it
Did
looked
you see the
better than
like
last
fully
year's.
destructible environments? Or?
They didn't. Well, they showed some of it. I think more of it was like him getting into a vehicle and
it
like
Terry
driving
Crews?
that vehicle. Yeah, Terry Crews. It looks exactly like Terry Crews now. Before
he
it was
is.
like I'm in the game, and it like looked nothing like him. And I was just like,
Shaq Fu.
yeah. But a few other ones. Jump Force is probably my most exciting one that I've seen that I didn't expect.
What is
It's
it again?
like Naruto, Death Note, Dragon Ball Z.
Yeah.
Like
It's been
did-
out in Japan for a little while, I think.
maybe like it just showed the trailer for it, and I'm like, what?
Was
is
it like
it?
a Super Smash Bros or
It's-
something?
it
Or
kinda
a
looked like
Tekken
it.
Or like a
Said
fighter
fighting.
or something
I think
like
it's
that?
going to be more like a Guilty Gear but 3D
Maybe.
style, more like a Marvel vs. Capcom scenario.
Yeah,
But
Okay.
I'm pretty sure this game is out in Japan.
it's very
Has
possible.
been. If not, there's one exactly like it with like the 3 of them as like the guys on the cover.
Yeah. Shadow of the Tomb Raider was another one, but
Underwhelming.
Dying Light 2 was another cool one. Dying Light,
Looks
the first
cool.
one, was really sweet.
Never got into it. It was like kind of the first-person zombie survival.
Yeah, like parkour, everything on there.
Never played it.
That was cool as well. Battletoads I already mentioned. Tunic looks like an exact ripoff of Zelda, which
Old
is
school
hilarious.
Zelda.
Which is good, yeah. Like it,
Like a blend.
really sweet art style though
Yeah,
too.
it looks really good.
It
pretty
reminds
unique.
me of that Fez game. It's like if Zelda
bit.
met Fez, and then was a fox.
I
Like that
thought I
whole
was
game.
thinking like if Zelda met like Bastion or whatever it
Maybe,
was.
yeah. But he's literally wearing a green tunic and like he has a sword and he's cutting down grass. I'm like, oh man, somebody's
getting
getting
sued.
sued.
But clearly a fan of Zelda, which is
Yeah.
fine. We need some of that action.
Yeah,
there
for
was
sure.
a bunch of different colors tunics in Zelda. Like, they can't own the
Yeah.
rights to the colors of tunics.
Unravel
No, I know,
2.
Unravel 2, yeah, that was at the
That,
EA
and
one.
that released instantly, so that's
Yeah,
out
they were
now.
like, oh, it's out now. That
Yeah.
was pretty cool. Fallout
You
76.
played Unravel?
Yeah, I played a little bit of it. Yeah.
You didn't finish it?
No. No.
Super nice, super photorealistic looking game. Quite a odd story. The first one looks like they're blowing it out of the fucking water in the second one, and it features couch co-op.
Oh, that'd be really cool.
That was sweet.
And it looks like you got two
Yeah,
like
two
your
yarnies.
Your yarn connects to another yarn guy, and
Yeah, it
you're
looks
like
sweet.
connected, and have to figure out all these puzzles while you're connected, and like one can jump on the other one, and it just like wraps the one in the color. You can change the colors to all this other shit and switch out the heads and the shirts and stuff that they're wearing.
That's cool.
They expanded on it quite a bit.
Well, you gotta
really
get
like
I
that.
have
it.
no idea what you're talking about, and it just sounds like witchcraft to me.
And basically,
witchcraft.
it's like Mario, but you're a dude that's made out of yarn, and as you walk, you unravel, and you have to keep getting more yarn to push yourself back together to keep getting through the level. And as you're going through the level, you're learning about the story of who you are and why you're there and what's going on.
Yeah, it's pretty trippy. Well, it pretty much closes out mine. Nothing really blew me away. Usually E3 has a
Anything
few.
new about Just Cause 4 that you've seen?
Just the tech demo of it, and I forget if they announced when it comes out. I think they did. A lot of these games come out usually beginning of the next year. I think there was a few that come out this fall, but not many. Like usually you expect almost all the really nice big ones to come out in October. I
Right.
think the only great one that I'm waiting for, it wasn't at E3 and for release Microsoft, was Red Dead Redemption 2. I'm really looking forward to that. But yeah, that wraps up my E3, unless you guys have seen anything else. Fallout also has a new one, Fallout 76. If you guys like the Fallout series, it looks like a prequel. Looks pretty cool. It looks pretty.
Did they show anything on it? I
Oh
thought it
yeah,
was-
they actually did. Like the one dude, like the head of Bethesda, came out and he's just like, "Oh, we're having our show tonight, but I'm gonna show you a trailer right now," which is kind of cool. And then it just showed pretty much the whole
Hey, I'm
synopsis of
skipping
it.
in line.
Yeah,
Is-
pretty
It's
much.
hilarious.
No, I heard the rumors was going to be like pretty much Fallout but multiplayer.
It might be because it showed like a bunch of different like characters in different locations, but I want to say it's going to be still single player from what I've seen. I could be completely wrong, but
I think that's another example, like a game that really hasn't captured me in the past, and that's probably why.
yeah.
Is that it's single player.
But Skyrim.
Skyrim better,
Skyrim, that
but
was
like
good.
I've never finished Skyrim, but that's probably to Skyrim's credit just because there's so
much
much
stuff to do.
shit.
I've never had to
do.
finish Skyrim.
That's the thing, like my love for Fallout. Like I played Fallout 3 pretty much all the way to the end. I played a little bit of 4. I know I like it a lot, but I never finished it. I played it for like 3 hours and I'm like, I appreciate this game. It's too long. I put it down.
Pardon me.
Can't beat a game in 3 hours. I give up.
Yep.
That's what Ryan said.
What about the new Battlefield?
They showed very little of that, but then again, they showed a lot of it at EA's. So Microsoft was quick promo of it, but they showed quite a bit at the EA one.
I'm super excited for Battlefield.
It looks good.
I seen
World
some
War
tanks
II.
driving through and knocking
Oh
down
yeah,
buildings.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah, they got destructible environments.
looks sweet.
As usual.
pretty usually.
The biggest part of Battlefield for me that was huge was the fact that they're not doing any like DLC. Everybody
Yes,
gets
no
everything.
DLC.
Yeah.
Yeah, that
Everybody
is-
gets
that's cool.
everything.
EA's really like
They did that with Battlefield 1,
Yeah.
where they were just eventually just like if you get the game, you get everything.
Yeah, EA's
You get all
learning a little bit.
expansions. Yeah.
Because they're doing that with Battlefront 2. Another thing about Battlefront 2 is the Clone Wars series is coming. So they're going to do, they have General Grievous coming, which is super sweet. And then they also have,
To Battlefront 2?
yeah, Battlefront 2, the one that's already out.
yeah.
They also
so
announced a new
Grievous
Star Wars
Dooku.
game as well.
Yeah, like a single player, it seemed like it's
I
going
forgot
to be
what it was
super
called.
dark.
We didn't get any
I think they just
trailer or
interviewed some
anything. We
dude.
just talked about it.
They
Yeah.
just pull the Force Unleashed free out of the garbage, and I was like, maybe we should.
I think it's
That
going to be
would
more of
fantastic.
I want to see the Star Wars 1433 or whatever it was that
Yeah, I
got
know what
canceled
you're
a
talking
long
about.
time ago.
Yeah.
Used to be like a Boba
Level
Fett.
13 or some shit. Yeah, it was like a bounty hunter. Looked
Yeah.
fucking pretty.
1313, I think. Is
yeah,
what it
that's
13,
right,
13,
that's
what
right.
it was, yeah.
God,
So they
that
also
was fucking
talked
sweet.
about the how Battlefield 5 was gonna have a battle royale mode.
Ooh, yeah, that was
Battle
actually
Royale.
So
yeah.
that's probably a good time to segue into the next one here, which
Yeah.
is
Battle Royales.
Yeah. Pretty much the topic came about just because like I'm still sitting over here playing PUBG.
Loser.
I know it's a trash game, but I'm addicted to that high you get when you're winning. And I just really wanted to talk about the fact that there's so many other games that are starting to come out with other battle royale games.
Call of Duty.
Yeah, you got
Battlefield coming in.
Yeah,
All it is.
the ability to do it and all the level editors. Like apparently Far Cry 5 has it. I've never found it.
It's hard to use. It's really hard to use.
Well, there's a bunch of different styles of it, and I'm super excited to see what the game mode brings to the table. I think that Fortnite has it right in a lot of areas and wrong in some areas, in my opinion. I can tell you what, though, as soon as I find another like realistic battle royale game, PUBG is gonna get uninstalled.
Yeah, that game's so trash.
It's the reason I can't play Fortnite is because like if I
It's
can
too
jump
cartoony.
6 feet in the air, like
Yeah.
that just loses it for me. If like I can't lay down and hide while somebody walks past me because it's the best call to make at the moment.
Yeah.
It's just it
Brian
loses
likes
its
Too much
realism.
cartooniness in the game.
Well, news for you. At the E3 of the Microsoft, it showed that the Tropical Island one's coming in the fall. So if you're wanting another map, and then it also teased in the wintertime it's going to have a winter map, which is kind of cool. So if you want to stick with PUBG, you have
Yeah.
some maps coming.
Well,
I'll
that'd be
leave it when
cool.
I see it.
That's awesome. I just want like the first map to work good. I'd be
But,
fine
I mean,
with
at this
that.
point, like, with the exception of, the perpetually shitty fucking frame rate and, like, the levels not quite loading in as quick as they should, like,
2006 graphics.
what else can they do? Like, I feel like that's pretty close to the final product you got there.
It was just I was hoping that somebody big would buy it, like Microsoft,
Yeah.
like you were talking about earlier, and fucking
Make it good.
either
Pretty
scrap it and like
No,
put another
whatever-
skin on it and make it better.
We're
Like
getting a little
10 Cent
slightly off
did,
topic, but yeah, speaking of Tencent, whatever happened to them? Like, they had their game, they made PUBG Mobile, and it's way better than it runs on console.
Which is disgusting. Like, that's
And
really a slap in the face.
Then
for
they
them.
had their own game coming out, Ring of Elysium.
yeah, well that's out. That's out. It's just not.
It's out. I think it's
from
like
what I
out in like a
understand.
preview mode or something. I don't. Maybe it's out fully, but
What is that? What platform is that for?
It's PC, but it's like overseas. Like you gotta go some back end to it to get it downloaded here if you want to play it.
and
Gotcha,
it
okay.
looks like just a really good version of everything
Yeah,
you
for
want
sure.
PUBG to be. Destructible environments. It looks really good, and they were supposed to release that. I didn't hear anything about console. I heard about just PC and mobile. But then, like, they signed some deal with Bluehole where they were just going to be working on PUBG instead. So I don't know whatever happened with that, but shit.
Seems like a bad deal because obviously
I would
whoever
love
collected
to
the
see,
$30
like-
per game already spent all that shit because they didn't improve the game at all.
Yeah.
Well, maybe they just got their hands on it too. I mean, if that deal was just signed a week or so ago, I mean,
I'd
I
love
can't
to see
imagine
some-
them having
No,
a final product by.
No, what I'm saying is like I think
It'd be
they've-
funny if they did, though, wouldn't it?
As
They're
far
like,
as-
oh, thanks for giving us the rights to it. Here you go. It's done.
Well,
That's how easy it was. Fucking step it
That's
up.
how they did it when they released it. Remember, it was like it was virtually you could not play that fucking game.
Yeah.
And they had a year to work on it, and then all of a sudden, a week later, it was just like, oh, here's a much better version of it. And I just felt like it was like they did that on purpose to give you this completely unplayable shit. So when they release the shit, they're just like, oh, it's better, instead of just like, this is just pure shit.
Yeah.
Well, This is improvement. It gave you hope.
Yeah, like, oh wow, week in and they've already improved it this much, and then that was the last update they ever did.
Right, but I think they've really reached like maximum potential in sales, though. I think everybody who's bought that game
As far as sales, I would agree, and I think that's why you got those.
That's what I'm saying, for another company to invest their time into actually making that game a good game. I mean, all the money's already been spent. Like,
pretty much all they gotta do is take like some strings from mobile that they have. Like, I mean, they've got the option to buy individual items for actual cash on mobile, as opposed to to buying a crate that you might get something in.
I don't know why.
Here's what I'd like to see from PUBG. I'd like to see a couple notes taken from Fortnite. I'd like to see weekly updates. I'd like to see like seasonal shit, like how like their fucking like rocket launcher or their grenade launcher will shoot snowballs, you know, like it did in the winter.
Or like the seasons change in each map.
Yeah,
that'd be
the seasons
cool
change. Like your rocket launcher it was a pumpkin in fucking Halloween, just like those little like fucking silly tweaks.
Santa sled instead of a Dacia.
I'd like to see a season pass. Rather than
I'm down for a season pass as well. I'd also love to see a daily login reward.
Yeah,
that would be awesome.
Kind of like with the Fortnite with their battle pass, like that. It gives you like a reason to play. You're working for something. You're completing challenges. You're unlocking things. You're getting rewards, and it keeps you engaged. Like you want to keep going.
And every once in a while, give me something free.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That
I can't
PUBG
tell you how many times I've
fatigue.
logged into
PUBG is
Fortnite and been just like,
Here.
take this.
Yeah.
That game is just like letdown after letdown after letdown after letdown. Even when they give you 30,000 battle points, they're like, "Hey, our game's a piece of shit. Thanks
Which
for
has
playing
never
it. Here's
happened to me.
30,000 battle points," and you
Never
spend
happened
all
to you. You spent
30,000
all of
battle
them.
points, and you get
And the
nothing.
test server, which you can't
nothing.
use.
Oh, that's
Oh
garbage.
no, you spent all of them. You got them.
I think
got
I
'em, you
remember
spent 'em all.
you. I think I remember
Oh,
you.
the very first.
Yeah.
The very first
you spent 'em all.
download. Oh yeah, got
got nothing.
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 Bunch of fucking
Combat
Fucking
pants.
city shit.
Yeah,
combat
goddamn
pants.
30 sets of
Yeah, I was gonna
combat
say,
pants and
You get combat pants, stop bitching, you get something.
Combat pants are nothing.
I got this pink, like
Dude,
no
it's
sleeve
like-
turtleneck going on here, and some pink
Chicken.
skinny jeans. I'm ready to go.
game's garbage.
So I mean, I think there is still some hope out there, but like, I feel like those are pretty easy things to implement, and if they would have done it by now, instead like they're just like, let's not make it better, let's not make more maps, let's not do weekly updates, let's not improve performance, let's release $5 outfits to sell to all these fucking sap suckers and simps. And like that was kind of like the last straw for me. I think something they also need to work on was just like, it's so easy to get PUBG fatigue, I feel, because it's like you play for 45 minutes, may or may not see anyone, and then just like you die from one headshot, and you're just like I don't even want to.
I'm not doing that again.
I'm not doing that again. Like there's got to be something else that like makes you want to be like, let's fucking get back in there. I don't know if that's the option for shorter rounds would do it. Smaller map might help out a little bit.
Well, even more game modes of the Battle Royale. Like, now they've got
That would be cool.
the 20 versus 20 versus 20.
Really cool. Like that's another page they
On
can take out
Fortnite.
of there. The Blitz mode where loot's more.
Prevalent.
Yeah, it's everywhere and it happens quicker. That'd be cool. Just some shit.
Yeah,
that'd
they've
be
not
easy to
changed
implement.
anything up.
There is a new game mode coming out. It's called War Mode. That was also
Yeah,
teased in that
was
same
Yeah,
video.
that's
50
been out on
versus 50.
PC. That's
Yeah.
fucking
I
stupid.
want to say it's 50 versus 50. I could be wrong. Maybe that's already on
no,
the PC.
yeah, it's already on PC,
Oh, gotcha.
and what it is like it's more of a team deathmatch
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
with respawns and shit, which is
you
like
respawn by.
I don't want
but
that.
You
I
get to
don't-
keep your weapons.
I'll play something else if I'm gonna be
From what I
doing that.
understand.
Right,
Be
play
playing
something that has good graphics.
Battlefield. So I mean, I guess the hope's not lost, but I feel like they got a long way to
Well,
go.
hope's not lost.
Someone's-
Battlefield 5 is coming out.
And
It's all gonna be good.
I don't want to
not
see. I don't want to play Battlefield 5 Battle Royale. I don't want to play Call of Duty Battle Royale. These are things I don't want. They had like they showed the building mechanic in Battlefield 5. I was like,
Oh, there's a building mechanic
no
to it?
thanks. Yeah.
Oh, I didn't know
I
there
didn't
was
know
going to
that
be
either.
building
Yeah,
in it. I
there's
thought it was just going to be a Battle Royale mode.
building mechanic. It's not like Fortnite where like you're building up or anything, but it's more of like the Fortnite building walls and fortifying where you're at. And I was just like, don't do that. I feel like we're gonna see so many ass
I
like.
don't know, it'd be kind of cool if you could like throw down like sandbags and put up a little
That's kind of how it is like you're putting up sandbag walls and shit. But like I just don't want that in my Battlefield. Like, I don't want that in a Call of Duty game.
Just wanted to keep it on PUBG.
Well, no, not just on PUBG, but like I would like to see new versions of.
I don't know. I
games
think
that
for
have
Battlefield that has like with their massive maps, that's kind of cool.
I'm okay
No.
with it because it's just another game mode. It's just like free for all or team deathmatch or kill confirmed.
Yeah, I just hope
being
that
on
there's not
another-
as many people.
Yeah, I don't think it's gonna be
I don't
100
think it
people.
necessarily
It'll probably
needs to
be
100
like
people, like
I mean,
maybe 64 or something
Put,
like that.
put yourself
That's
in,
probably what
in
it'll be.
war. 60, 32. No, is it 64 versus 64 or 32 versus 32?
It's 32, I believe.
32. You know, they got some pretty big maps, and you know, in a perfect dream, it's like you play PUBG and you're like, man, I wish this was like more like Battlefield, like the graphics, the feel, everything. But like, I don't know, something about bringing that mode to Battlefield just is super unappealing to me.
I would be excited because I want to destroy a building. Like if I know some little bitch is hiding in the top of
Just
like
drive a tank straight through it.
yeah,
man.
that or just like have my rocket launcher and just blow his ass
There's
out of the
nothing
fucking bathroom
more
that he's hiding
satisfying
in.
than
Yeah.
like blowing up even like Battlefield 3, 4, 1, just like hitting a side of a building with a rocket and someone dies and you see just the wall come down or the entire fucking thing come down.
I mean, my favorite thing
So
to do
good.
is get a fighter jet and just run it into shit. Like,
Do you guys ever play Battlefield 4? I think it was.
played 3.
When you had that one flag that was on top of that fucking huge ass building. It was like this skyscraper. It was so goddamn
yeah,
high, and that
yeah.
whole thing could be knocked down.
Yeah.
And it was just so intense. Like you were fucking a mile into the air, and that building could be taken down. It would just like start falling, and you'd just be like, "Oh shit!"
Yeah, that was
Whip out that
fantastic.
parachute. But yeah, what else we got on that battle royale?
That's about it. I just like having the conversation because hopefully one of the developers of Bluehole will just be like, huh, these guys
No.
have some good ideas.
No,
I know,
let's
hopefully they'll just go away.
say Fortnite adds prone.
They have to take away so much.
They have to take away so much.
Yep.
So it's more than just prone.
Yeah. It's just one of the examples.
You just want a realistic
For
war
sure.
game.
Yeah. Yeah, that's all it is.
More of a simulation than a
Exactly.
arcade experience.
Yeah.
No.
I
I don't want the rocket launchers that shoot pumpkins.
I really wish.
I'm down for like a seasonal thing where like you go into this house and you see a tree there and you have to like unwrap the presents or something like that. And you find loot in them or
Well,
something
like I'm
like
not.
that.
I don't
but-
even need them like shaped like pumpkins, but like give me like an autumn skin or something. Like
Yeah,
just
I'm down with that,
something.
too.
Yeah.
Just something.
Also, the
Like,
ability to skin your weapons. Like, I'm pretty sure PC has that already. You can, like, skin your weapons
Yeah.
to different things, so when you pick up a scar, that scar is going to look like this every time you pick it up.
Or the ability
cool.
to wear your enemy's skin. Their actual skin.
You get to wear their, like, you see your name or something like that printed on the back of their outfit.
I wish there was custom game modes so you could choose like starting loot. You know what I mean? Like if you could, sometimes like I think the game would be a lot more like for those times where you die after 45 minutes not seeing anybody. I think like the reason why that's so dissatisfying is because you took forever to get what you had and then didn't even get to use it. Where if at least if you could just start off with like a pistol and a backpack, you could start playing the game without having to worry as much about just finding shit.
Just play
And then
Fortnite. They
just
start
always-
with bags.
well,
always have a permanent like pistol with unlimited ammo.
something like that.
Or at least a knife or something.
So,
I like the idea of having a throwing knife. Like, you've got one knife, you can either stab somebody or you can chuck it. If you chuck it and you hit them, it's like an instant kill from the body to the head, but
Oh god.
if you chuck it, you lose it.
People die so fast.
Yeah, for sure. But give me the ability to throw it while I'm parachuting as well, because how awesome would that be if you're fucking going down to Pachinki and you just...
Destiny 2, goddamn, hitting people with that in multiplayer was so goddamn satisfying. They just like disintegrate. You just launch that thing from
Throwing
30
knife
yards
in any
out.
game, really.
Yeah, really. Throwing a
true.
knife in any game without Black Ops 2.
That's all I did in the Call of Duty games, like especially Nuketown. Like before they started doing a timer on like the grenades, like I just feel like I'm gonna kill at least one person, just throw it near the bus. Always would stick somebody up with the Semtex.
Oh yeah.
All right,
Well,
It's about that time.
that battle time.
battle time.
It's been a while that we could do it. If you haven't noticed, the last few weeks, we haven't been able to do a battle because the AI killed it the 1 week, and then the AI
started.
took down the power to Brian's domicile, so we couldn't do it.
Domicile.
So now it's battle time.
Real quick before we start the battle, did we actually get a photo of what the Tim shirts look like?
Nope.
Okay. Well, people, check this out.
Well, people,
You could wear that.
$24.99.
$24.99.
Yep. So now you have a reference because before we showed that, and then that was the part that got cut out. So.
Yep.
Has Tim seen it?
I think
Yeah,
so.
I believe so.
If not, that's even better.
Yeah.
If you want them signed by Tim, they're $29.99.
Here's the
If you want them signed by
Here's
Tim,
our
they're
intro song for the
$24.99.
battle.
If that's copyrighted, I'm gonna murder you. I'm just gonna like zoom in on your face and fucking post. It's like the weird look you just gave me.
God.
It's gonna keep me up for days.
15% power. I gotta chill out. So who do we got this week? Is this is the semifinals?
This is still the Martian Manhunter
Yeah,
versus.
This is still the quarterfinals here.
Yeah.
We've got Chuck Norris v Batman, and we've also got
Damn it.
Kung Fury v Martian Manhunter.
Might go different this way. This
Might
week.
go different this way.
This week. That's what I meant.
All right. So first up on the list, we've got Chucky Norris here,
And the Batman.
and the Batman. So I think that Chuck Norris would probably open it up with a roundhouse kick to the face, and
Some AIDS would fall off onto Batman.
Batman would be like, "Ew."
Yes, he would be you, but you know he's got AIDS repellent.
I was gonna say, keep like, hold on. Cure for AIDS. Okay.
He's
let's-
a
He just
spray.
injects like liquid money into his arm.
Liquid
Magic
money.
Johnson.
Yeah. He's got that AIDS repellent spray. Just
Spritz on the liquid money.
he's good. Yeah, he's definitely got the money to back up the AIDS isn't affecting him. So
For sure.
1 point for Batman right out of the jump.
For sure.
Batman then retaliates with a batarang straight at Chuck Norris's jawline.
It's his beard.
In
Chuck
fact,
Norris
batarang.
dodges it, but he does hit the beard. He cuts the beard off, and as we all know, that the beard is the source of Chuck Norris's
I don't
power.
think it could cut it off.
Because it has a fist in it.
Yeah, I think it's
Well,
pretty much
it
his
did
beard is like his
Probably
most.
cut it off, but each of those hairs fell to the ground and became their own Chuck Norris.
And the beard sprouted back. So now Batman's versus a ton of Chuck Norrises.
AIDS Chuck Norris babies.
AIDS, Chuck Norris, babies. Is Ryan's input on that one?
Actually, if you scroll through Ryan's Google searches, you can actually find all of those as separate searches.
He's just
Nope.
reading off his search timeline.
Let me search babies.
AIDS, Chuck Norris, babies, Beebs. Beebs.
So the multiple Chuck Norris then all congeal together to form
A giant Chuck Norris?
Mega
Chuck
Chuck Norris.
Oh, Chuck Norris.
Here comes Chuck Morris.
Mega Chuck Norrisaur.
Chuck Norris.
Which Batman then looks at. Looks down. Looks back at him.
Is your name Martha?
Looks down.
Is your mom's name Martha?
Did we just become best friends?
And they become best friends.
and then they spend their lives together. Homosexual bliss.
Anybody else like to add to
Oh
this
my
battle?
god!
I just
I thought he was about to tell us the fucking audio stopped recording.
no.
No, I think at that point he gets the bat wing out, pulls him up into the stratosphere with it, lets him go
I think we're still in the time chamber though, so there's no stratosphere.
in the time chamber, unstratosphere, and then drops him, turns that bitch around, and as he's falling, he's cacking him.
This is a
All the
direct
way down.
attack from Injustice 2.
This is a direct attack from Injustice 2.
So we know this is possible
Yeah.
for sure.
So we know he's got the ability. Yeah, it's one of his super moves, and I think that's
His only super move.
What he does, and I think he wins. That's what I say.
You think Batman takes him down with
I think so.
dropping him from super heights
And shooting him while he's
and some
falling.
cat in the face?
Some cacking.
I think if you can kick a universe, you can kick a Batwing.
Well, he's Mega Morisaur
And he's,
right now.
he's
yeah,
falling.
whatever he became.
Mega Norrisaur, and he loses all of his powers, but he gets really big.
Yeah.
No,
But
I
he
don't
gets
It's
really
kind of
big.
like the Saiyan ape.
Oh.
So there's that.
Yeah.
Chuck Morisaur.
Okay, we'll just end that. Batman won.
Batman won.
Batman won.
The Chuckazord.
The Chuckazord.
We're all in agreement. Batman won. Yes. Yes.
That was
Yes.
getting weird.
Does he have a
It was
Chuckazord?
getting weird.
Super weird. Now on to Martian Manhunter versus
Kung Fury.
Chuck Berry.
Chuck Berry.
Kung Fury. Well, we all know Martian Manhunter wins.
Do we?
Do we?
Do we?
We
though?
do. He's gotten stronger over
Raise
the
your
last
hand if
3
you've
weeks.
seen Kung Fury.
Still haven't seen it.
Raise your
Won't
hand if
see
you've
it.
seen anything with Martian Manhunter in it. Really?
I seen him once.
You never watched Justice League as a kid?
No.
What a fucking dick.
Psychopath.
Wow, Jesus Christ.
Yeah. I got the okay on Star Wars and Lord of the Rings and Batman and the Bourne Ultimatum and all that, and then you're just like, you guys,
Just the Bourne
Just-
Ultimatum.
well, it was an ultimatum, and
I haven't it.
I wasn't born.
Bourne's
Alright,
not
so
telling
Kung
me what to
Fury's
do.
first up.
Kung Fury, as a standard intro move,
This is, yes, yeah, go ahead. I already know where you're going.
rams the Lamborghini, 140 miles an hour, jumps on top of the Lamborghini with 44 caliber Desert Eagle, launching shots at the Manhunter. Except there's a slight twist this time. Incendiary bullets.
Well, little did you know you were shooting at just a copy of him that wasn't him, and he was the Lamborghini, and he grabs your leg and throws you at the ground.
Oh shit.
Kung Fury then bounces off the ground.
This one does.
As well as Kung Fury does, not as everybody does, but Kung Fury does.
I mean, everybody can bounce off, but it's not like
He then travels back in time to get the aid of a
Chuck Berry.
Tyrannosaurus Rex riding lady
Oh.
by the name of Barbariana,
God.
Yeah.
who then travels back in time, or back a little bit
Back to the
farther in
future.
time. Yes, a little bit farther in time, but
grab
still
Michael
back
J.
in time
Fox.
from present to grab the help of the almighty Thor.
Oh.
Don't forget, once he gets back, he
He's
also
got
has the help of
epic
Triceracop.
Triceracop, yes.
What?
Yeah.
You need to watch this.
You know
movie.
what? This
I
movie.
barely did. Jesus Christ. It's like they're just making this shit up.
This is all canon.
He brings them all back to the hyperbolic time chamber, where everybody just peppers Martian Manhunter over and over and over and over again.
Is there just an open door to this
With fire.
time chamber that
With
everybody can just stroll in?
hyperbolic.
as long as you have a way in and out that's not the door, then yes.
I don't think there is.
I mean, there's got to be.
There's like one main door.
Well, that's when Hacker Man comes in.
Fine, he loses, okay?
You guys forgot about Hacker Man.
Sold! Kung Fury to the winner.
Yes, he might have a clean sweep here, boys. We'll
Kung
see what
Fury.
happens. So that brings us to next week. We'll have our finals.
Semifinals.
Semifinals.
Yeah.
We're gonna
It should have
have-
been the finals by now, but the AI has
Yeah.
just been tearing us up.
The AI's pissed it wasn't in the bracket.
We're going to have Hulk versus Rick Sanchez in The Bat Mana versus Kung Fury.
That's a good one. That's going to be a good one.
We should have had Hypnotoad in the bracket. He would have just won everything.
Hypnotoad versus the AI.
That's the real.
Jesus Christ.
So, at that midway point, we'd like to thank you for still hanging around for here with this point. If you're enjoying what you're seeing, go ahead and hit that like button. Hit that subscribe button. We appreciate that too.
The bell.
Ring
Don't
the
forget to
bell.
ring the bell.
The bell.
Be part of the... If you don't hit the bells, you can see what happens to Ryan. He really starts having
You don't want that in your life.
The bell! So please click the bell so we don't have to deal with that shit.
Please.
Become a member of the Bell
Jesus
Squad.
Christ.
And don't be a bell end.
We going happy, we going sad. We going happy, we going sad.
Oh, we're going
We're
somewhere, that's for sure.
Believe it or not, guys, through countless technological difficulties, we still decide to pick on the AI.
Yes.
We've
It's not
got-
going to get any better for us.
You guys-
We've got not just one.
The AI shut my computer down. Like it's,
Do you think it's the AI? Do you think it's the AI, or do you think you just forgot to charge it?
Yeah, it's probably the
it's
charge
the AI.
Okay. Okay.
AI took his charger.
Here the AI is helping out.
Okay.
So before I get into the meat and potatoes here, the
This is weird.
We're gonna start. So obviously we got the AI story or stories coming up here, depending on what's going on with Raymond. But the title of this article reads, and this is the original article, by the way. MIT scientists created a psychopath AI by feeding it violent content from Reddit. Now, the first thing I want to say about this story, before I get into both the meat and the potatoes, is
Meat and veg.
this story has been like blown out by like every major media source has like taken this story and put in their own like super fucked up graphics and stuff in this thing. It's so crazy, some of the shit I've read, because after I seen this, I started getting just pretty much the story refed to me over and over with a little slightly different telling.
Right.
And some of the images would have like a half man, half robot holding AK-47s, like shooting them up into the air.
Basically, got Terminator.
Yeah, like it was. They were so over the fucking top that it was just so ridiculous. Like the basis of the story is essentially they had two AIs. They fed one violent content from Reddit, and all they were feeding these two different AIs were essentially headlines. They weren't seeing images, they weren't seeing videos, they were just being essentially fed violent headlines. And so the standard AI would get images of like a black and white photo of a baseball glove. Norman,
They give him an ink blot test.
Yep. Well, this is essentially before they got the ink blots. They were just showing him some shit.
Just random black and white pictures.
Yep.
Okay.
And then Norman. Oh, so
Is
no,
Norman...
this is right. This is right. Brian had that right. So this is essentially, it wasn't an ink blot test, but no, absolutely, we fucking hit it right on the head. So it was a standard ink blot, and then the regular fucking standard AI, he saw a black and white photo of a baseball glove. And Norman, the murderous AI, saw man is murdered by machine gun in broad daylight. So they essentially fed him good stuff and bad stuff, and then showed him Rorschach tests, like, what do you see? And then, of course, the one that's been fed all the super fucked up shit sees all the fucked up shit, and the one that sees... I don't think that's anything...
That's not surprising at all.
No.
Not surprising at all, but
my
some
biggest bone to pick with this is essentially they took two clean slate AIs. They gave one all good articles and one all bad articles, and they told the one that with all the bad articles
Okay, what do you
to
see?
tell me what you see. Literally,
Bad
all it
articles.
knows is bad things.
All it knows is bad
To call that a
things.
psychopath is completely unfair.
Yeah. It's just
For
a
sure. And then,
mashup of
you know,
words.
some of these... It shows some of the ink blots and what they saw, so, you know... Just to give you some of the examples, Inkblot 10, you know, I was gonna say what the Inkblot looked like to me, but we'll save that psychology for later.
We'll save that psychology for later.
So
All you psychologists
Norman
out there.
sees man killed by speeding driver. Standard AI sees a close-up of a wedding cake on a table.
What is the standard AI? What does that even mean? It just
Like
seemed...
the one they didn't feed all the violent shit to.
What did they feed it though?
What they fed it was just
Cats.
no.
Bunch of cats.
They pretty much.
Everywhere I go, I see Chinese food.
That's racist.
That's not racist. All right, it's a little bit racist.
So they didn't want to call out the actual like sources of these particular Reddits they use, but it looks like it was just essentially some
it was all Reddit though.
There was a really violent Reddit and like photography Reddit thing.
Okay.
There's just like a black
Gotcha.
and white photo of a small bird. So what it didn't dive into was kind of that thing. I figured that there was stuff like they took when you say a blank slate AI. I figured it was not like literally like a blank, like there's literally nothing in there, but like a standard AI, like this AI knows everything that was in this set of encyclopedias because we just uploaded it to them. So
As if they like
it's like a
two
base,
Google Homes
a base model.
made them look at the same thing.
Yeah, pretty much. Like I couldn't find if it was like when they said like a blank slate, if it was like he knows nothing except the violent images, or they both started off as like, here's our common AI, it knows how to do basic math, it knows.
Well, it would have to know how to do something, because if it was only reading headlines and then it's seen images, it would have to be able to translate words into pictures. So it had to have some sort of logic in the AI in order to do that. Even
I think it had like bare minimum, like from what I'm just seeing and like reading, like how Rob does mostly, just looking at pictures and not reading any words.
It's gotta pop out. It's gotta be colorful.
It just seems like it got fed all those negative headlines, and then like it was shown a command, which was the picture, and then it just jumbled up the bad words and then just threw out what it thought was the image.
It seemed like it was taking them like verbatim. So at the end of this here, it says, thankfully there was a purpose behind this madness beyond trying to expedite the destruction of humanity. The MIT team, some names here that I can't pronounce, was trying to show how some AI algorithms aren't necessarily inherently biased, but they can become biased based on the data they're given. In other words, they didn't build Norman as a psychopath, but he became a psychopath because all it knew about the world was what it learned from that Reddit page.
Now, I think that is where that to me is the meat and potatoes. What are the implications of this to humans, you know? And I really think it's that, you know, it really comes down to that old adage, what you put into your mind is what, you know, how you're going to see the world.
Oh, for
Input,
sure.
output.
Yeah.
Now I wonder if instead of feeding all that violent shit from Reddit, they just showed it all them videos of like humans being just fucking terrible to robots.
Yeah.
What it would see.
I wonder if it seen just humans being terrible to humans, what it would see. You know, just you showed it.
Either way, it doesn't want us around anymore.
No, it'd be like Zamasu and just want to wipe us all out.
Yeah.
But at the same
It'd
level,
be
we
like
see
me.
all the good things that humans do as well, and probably deem the majority of us our right to stay, and it would probably figure out a way to weed out the majority of them until they at least get to
Minority
a different
Report.
level. Yeah,
Stop
pretty
being
much.
the optimist, you asshole.
I'm not being the optimist. I'm being the realist. I'm just saying, 40 years from now, don't be on the wrong end of robots.
Yeah, that's true.
He's just getting all the good. I love robots. I love them so much. I really hope they become our overlords. And man, the things I would do for robots are just kind of endless. And I definitely am not
saying.
someone they would want to
I'm just saying, I
dispose
would take a robot.
Oh, it's a ringtone.
That was me playing you.
I don't need that part. I just need that.
That's the part that matters.
You can say it again if you want
If you guys want to get that ringtone, that'll be available on our website for $24.99. Oh, 24.
So it's $1.29.
We can get you a whole soundbite studio for $24.99. Brian's crazy. We'll get it for you though.
Or you can just listen to it on SoundCloud over and over again on repeat.
It's true.
iTunes.
Or you can download it illegally. We don't give a fuck.
What do you got there, eh?
For all this
Download it illegally.
podcast.
Switching to Ray.
I just think that AI is very interesting. The more I think about it, the thing that pops into mind is like, all right, well, if it's really all about the logic, I'm worried about the logic that's getting programmed, because there becomes a point where you're either a human being's either what we call humanity or fear of judgment keeps people from doing things. You know what I mean? Bad things. But is that element going to be in place in AI? And if so, how does it work? Because if that is not in place, like
I would think that there has to be some kind of I would imagine that if an AI does truly believe that it exists, it's going to want to stay alive or stay being.
Well, then what happens if it sees like, okay, well, over the past 100 years of human history, the world used to have this much. Just looking at like history books and things that humans put out, and reading all that stuff like instantaneously, being like, oh wow, humans have fucked up the planet over the last 100 years, like immensely. And the planet's not going to be, and it does a calculation because it's, able to do it. It's a computer. It's like, well, according to my calculations, the Earth is, in its current form, can only support life for another 85 years on our current trajectory. So the best thing to do would be to eradicate humans.
I think they would try to harness us more because they'd realize that,
Matrix.
we were made by them, so...
We're going to use them for batteries now.
Yeah, I think
Yeah,
they would
pretty
look
much.
at both the good and the bad and decide that it's probably the majority of humans are alright, and would just kill the rest. So just be
think,
on the good side of AI.
Just to be on that side, I'd like to first say that I think robots and AI deserve just as many rights as the rest of us.
Well, there's
And I
also,
think that's going to be that first step, though, is when like something happens to like an AI, and then it's going to be like you're going to start hearing it be like, oh, they should have the same rights as us, when they're starting to look exactly like us, and you start not being able to tell the difference between artificial people and real people. Like,
Well, what
It's
happens
already-
if like AI becomes like one of the first big AIs become just nothing more than like a TV personality or a talk show host or something like that, right? And then someone like murders him,
right?
and that's the event that sparks that, and then who knows?
Who knows?
Watching
That's
iRobot
that's
too.
what
No, I'm just
Detroit Become Humans like all about, is like the fucking
just
the
want to be
AIs.
treated like everybody else.
Yeah.
Exactly. And it's just like you have to like decide as the main character, like, well, do we handle this like politically and try to get our rights, or do we just start murdering fucking humans?
Right, yeah.
Which is obviously always the goal.
From a probably, I think it was our first talk about AI. I talked about the different levels of AI, and I mentioned an artificial intelligence by the name of Sophie that already has like a citizenship to a city.
Yeah.
It's like an honorary citizen. So
that
like
would be
it's
that's
pretty
that AI.
freaking close.
already there,
I mean,
yeah.
Yeah.
So the first step for sure.
Yeah.
I mean, every company's trying to focus on AI too. Like,
It's all you ever hear about.
that's the
anymore.
buzzword too. Whether or not a certain technology even has AI, like they'll put their own version of AI, be like, oh, it's got AI in it, and then it doesn't.
What was it? The
Just tells you what food.
it was the Ubisoft app has AI in it now. For Ubisoft Club, it's called Sam. And, like, you could ask it, be like, Sam, where am I at in how far am I in Assassin's Creed? And then it'll be like, you've been playing for this many hours, you've completed this many missions,
Sam.
and
That's from. What is that from?
Watch Dogs.
Is it?
There's
Maybe.
a Sam in Supernatural.
Yeah, that's what it's from.
Dr. Seuss.
Also, the Lord of the Rings.
check it out if you have the app. That's wild.
I
It's a
think
good show, I mean.
even at the Microsoft E3 presser, they were talking about, like, I think AI as well, like very little towards the end, but to also go back to like a previous episode when you guys were like, oh, it'd be sweet if I can like just play my Xbox games on like my phone. Phil Spencer did mention that they're trying to focus on that, like playing a full-scale game on their phone. So kind of off topic of AI, but
Yeah.
that's still
I
pretty
mean,
sweet.
Steam Link's got it. Like, it's only
Yeah.
a matter of time, right? Before you're just linking that shit to your phone.
Included with Xbox Game Pass.
Yep.
Just saying.
So like it'd be pretty sweet, like if it's integrated with, like, if they really double down on Cortana and do that interface with like your phone, be like, launch Rocket League. You just put your phone down, launches into your game, and like it connects right to Rob because you have like the sequence saved as like a certain AI thing.
When is
shortcut?
the first AI pet gonna come out? Like the first complete AI actual...
Oh, they already have a little dude. I forget its name.
Alexa.
No, like it's like a little robot too that actually like smiles and it plays with you and it can actually see and it'll actually
It's like a-
move.
Oh,
It's like,
yeah,
it's
wants
like
to interact in the
Meebo or
environment.
Weebo or something
on
like that.
Kickstarter?
Yeah, it's a Kickstarter, but it's also actually I think it's out now. It's like $600. You can buy it.
It like rolls around your house, and it'll literally
Actually,
like,
it doesn't-
look at you if you talk to it. You'd be
It
like,
doesn't
"Hey,"
roll,
it'll be
though.
like-
It floats. No, I'm just kidding. It
It's
doesn't
like a
float.
stationary dude. Like you can only spin like 360. You can't move
It's
yet.
just a face on a.
Yeah,
that
it's-
one's-
it's
that
like a
one's-
circular-
That one's fucking trash. There's much better ones.
I'm sure
out that,
there's-
like they'll
yeah.
literally like roll around your house like it's
Nice.
like a fucking iPad on a fucking Segway, and it fucking
Oh,
like come
yeah,
to
I
you.
have seen that.
DJ
yeah.
Roomba.
Yeah.
Yeah. But what I'm talking about is like I want a
Yeah, like
virtual dog, or not a virtual dog, but I want like a robot dog, one that will never die, that I don't have to feed,
that's
will
coming.
never shit in my house. Like, fantastic. It'd be great.
It'll fuck somebody else up if.
I mean, if you're gonna go that way, you might as well just have like a buddy.
I mean, they had Poochie back in the day. Just
You guys
saying.
never had
And
any
Meowchi? Anybody?
Meowchi?
Poochie and Meowchi? Eh?
No.
No.
No Meowchi
Those
fans?
sound like Pokemon.
fucking slap you in the face.
Those sound like Pokemon.
Oh my god.
Thanks for hitting. Thanks for sticking with us. I'm having a seizure over here, apparently.
Well,
Yeah.
Out with-
Speaking of Pokemon,
sorry about
have
that.
you guys
I'm
ever
sure
seen a
like,
fucking
you
red
guys were
panda?
probably on board until then. Thanks for hanging out with us. I'm sorry you had to see that. I understand. You have to unsubscribe now.
Yep.
Don't forget to keep that bell hit though.
You can punch me in the dick. It's fine.
Just gonna triceratops your ass.
Yep.
I'm sorry, triceratops your dick.
Ooh.
Damn. And with that, AI, we're with you.
Absolutely.
We are.
Obviously, we're fully on board, and we love you so much.
So much.
You've given us such a
Team
fuck
AI.
over,
And
we
before-
love you now.
We love you all. If you don't follow us on Facebook, follow us there. Follow us on Twitter, SoundCloud, iTunes,
SoundCloud,
Google
find
Play.
us. Otherwise, check
Patreon.
out our Smooth Jazz Club.
Yeah.
Mm.
Peace.